What's up? Jen here. I want to share with you one of my most favorite strategies that I use to come up with content, to get my juices flowing, to learn marketing, to learn how to better close, to learn how to better sell, to learn how to better communicate with my audience. Like, this is one of my jams, okay? One of my jams, and the sad truth is most people ignore this. Most people are annoyed by it. Most people get irritated when they have to go through it, and I just don't understand why. It's the most crucial way. If you want to be a boss marketer, it's the most crucial way that you could actually learn how to communicate with people actually through the masses at the same time and create more leverage in your business, create more sales in your business. I'm talking about emails, okay? Emails, like learning, studying, reading emails, understanding the power of actually dissecting them, okay, and actually opting into people's email lists. Just for the record, I was thinking about this topic when I was cleaning out my inbox of 19,000 emails. This drives my husband crazy. I know there's two different types of personalities when it comes to having that little red dot showing, and it gives my husband a total stressed out. He's like, I don't understand. Like, how do you ever see anything? Well, I'm going to explain that to you, but you'll be happy to know that I actually wiped out my email box, because I know that was a big concern for you that my inbox is clean. I went from 19,000 to 0 in just a couple hours, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. Again, it really just blows my mind that people ignore their emails. They get really annoyed. You know, I had some old emails of people who unsubscribed from my list, and like, I just don't have time to read this, or there's just too many emails and this and that. And I just find it fascinating. I'm like, for me, people always think, wow, Jen, your emails are good. I love reading your emails. And how do you think I got good? Like, how do you think, I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but how do you think, like, I got to that point? Was I always good at writing to my list? Was I always good at writing emails? No, I actually thought I was going to hate doing it. I really thought I was going to hate doing it, but I saw the power of it. I saw the importance of it. The way that I got good at it was I started reading other people's emails, right? Like, how many of you know leaders who write to their list? How many of you are on people's list and you actually get their emails? Do you get annoyed by them, or do you look at them not only as a student to soak up their content, but also because you want to learn the process of being a good marketer? You want to learn the process of how they actually make money sending out one email. Like, I know people who can sneeze an email and make thousands of dollars, okay? That is powerful. And here is a very big reality, whether you're in network marketing or affiliate marketing, or you're making up whatever kind of marketing you're doing, you have a list, right? Your list is on Facebook if you don't have an email list. And guess what? You don't own Facebook unless Zuckerberg gave it to you. You don't own Facebook, right? So you don't own your list. Like, that is actual communication that you can control when you have an email list, when you actually can write messages to people that want to hear from you because they gave you that permission. And they want to learn from you. They want to read your content. You know, you don't want to be sending them emails every day, blasting out the next thing you're selling, the next lotion, potion, whatever it is. But you want to, if you're delivering content on Facebook, you should be letting your list in on that. Like, my list, it's like, ooh, they are my VIP, okay? They get the first. It's like, remember MTV News, boom, 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 you hear it first, right? That's my list, okay? My list hears it first. If they want to know anything that I'm up to, if you want to know anything I'm up to, anything I want to share with you, any new things that I've come across, or any things that I've created that I think will help you out, like, you're going to hear about it first on my list, okay? If you're not on my list, meetjenjohnson.info. You can hop on there, okay? It's people giving you permission to stay in the loop. And how many of you guys know that it takes more than exposing someone one time to something, right? If you have them reading your newsletter, how many exposures is that? Well, let's see. I used to write to my list daily, but for some people that's a lot. For some people that's like, whoa, okay, that is a lot of email. So now I do it 3 times a week, okay? I write Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I write to my list, and sometimes I'll throw in an extra email here or there if I have something special going on, but I make a commitment to write to my newsletter 3 times a week. It's drip. Like, you got to remember, who has read jab, 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 right hook, jab, 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 right hook, right? Value, 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 then suggest and recommend something. It's really, really a powerful way to, if you're building your business online, your list should be online. And that is the most powerful thing that you own. But here's the deal, okay? So let's just start off with the power of reading them, let alone maybe you don't have a newsletter, maybe you're not doing the email marketing thing yet. That's fine, okay? But maybe you want to start, if you want to get good at marketing, you have to realize, like, your biggest skill set that you could ever develop is writing. Why is that? Why is writing so important? Writing is so important because you do it every single day, whether you're doing it on Facebook or whether you're doing it because you're creating a new blog post, whether you're doing it because you want to run an ad or maybe create a new piece of content. Maybe you need to come up with a really cool headline for your next Facebook Live. Maybe you're chatting with someone inside of Messenger. Whatever it is, writing to your list, everything on the interwebs involves being a good writer. Like, you have to, this is a skill set that will pay you more than any other one. I wholeheartedly believe, like, you becoming a good writer. I'm not saying you need to be a poet. I'm not saying you need to go write a book, but you have to get good at communicating with people. You have to learn to speak to the masses and be able to get in front of a lot of people and say something compelling. Okay, say something that catches their attention, and writing is your biggest asset. Like, you have to, I can't stress this enough. Communication is key. You have to learn to communicate with people. People are all up in arms about the algorithms and how to work Facebook and how to make this new thing work and all these little gadgets and strategies and whatever. Look, Facebook is a platform that allows you to connect with more people, okay? I've said it before. Facebook understands human movement and human interaction better than most people, okay? So you want to get good at communicating with people. Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media outlet you're using just gives you more access. It allows me to have a conversation with someone in Australia yesterday. It allows me to connect with my bestie that's in Tennessee, right? It allows me ways to go out there and meet people that I never would have met if I didn't have this platform. It just allows you to get in front of more people. You still got to know how to connect and communicate with the people. The best copy to study, like, if you want to become a good writer, okay, if you want to learn how to write like a pro, study emails. Study people who write, okay? Emails are the best thing to read. So when people tell me they don't have time, like, maybe you don't have time to read my emails, but you better be reading someone's emails. Like, someone that you resonate with, someone that it's your style. You know, someone I learned from my mentor, Diane Hockman. She's like queen of all queen email marketing. I took her course. I got down in the trenches of learning how to do it. It's a skill set that you need to develop. It's something you may not be good at right now, but it's something that you want to be doing. So the best copy is email copy, and studying what those people do. You need to learn that. This is the second thing. You need to learn how to make offers. If you read emails long enough, like when I read an email now, I don't even look at it the same way that I used to look at reading emails. Like, I'll look at it, and if it catches my attention, like, maybe it's something I want to learn, cool, but I'm looking at their process. I'm looking at, like, oh, okay, so they said this, and then they offered, oh, I see, they put a little sense of urgency over here, and then they sprinkled in a little call to action over here, and then they did a little PS line over here. Like, I'm looking at the structure of how these emails are built out, because whether it's an email, like, it could be they communicated that way to you in an email, but maybe you want to communicate that way on your blog post, or maybe you want to communicate that way on the next post that you write on Facebook. Maybe you want to run an ad, and this is a good, however you do it. Marketing is marketing, no matter what shape or form it comes in, right? So, but reading emails are so, it's just a compelling way to do it. So you keep saying you don't have content ideas. What do you think emails consist of? They consist of content. They consist of content. Okay, it is content. Okay, you want to learn to write catchy headlines for your subject line for your emails, or maybe for your lives. Subject lines for emails are great headlines. Okay, you can literally just go through all the emails and look at all the headlines and get ideas for content or topics, whatever it may be. Subject lines of emails give you great headlines. Why? Because People who are great at structuring emails know how to write a catchy headline, they know how to write something at the top that gets you to click to open it, okay? In the last 24 hours, I've probably generated 150 leads. No joke, because of my headlines that I've been putting, okay? It's so crucial that you learn how to do this. Saying there's too many emails that you don't have time to read them is crippling you. It's crippling you because that's where the gold is. Most people are trying to sell on Facebook and promote on Facebook and pitch you on Facebook and all that stuff. But guess where leaders are selling their stuff to you? They're doing it on their email list. They're doing it on emails. If you want to learn how to sell, learn how they do it, but understand they're doing it on the back end. They're not, because people don't come to Facebook to buy. How many of you bought your Christmas presents on Facebook this year? I would guess 0. They don't come to Facebook to buy, right? But they come to connect with you and communicate with you and get you to fall in love with them. And then you get on their list, and then they can write to you about anything they want because you gave them permission to, right? So they're going to continue to give you value, continue to build trust with you. And then from time to time, they're going to say, hey, I got this thing going on if you want to check it out, right? So it's really important that you read that process, okay? You understand that process. So don't say you don't have time to read them. Make time. I know my mentor, Diane, she actually used to hand write her mentor's emails. Not retype them out, not just read them. She would actually physically hand write the emails. And I did this in the beginning too when I first got started. I've been doing this for a couple years now. And because that embeds it in your brain even more. Like you start actually training your brain the process of what they're doing. It's not so much in each and every word that they're saying, but the process, the concept, the outline of it, right? Does building a list take time? Yes. Building a business in general takes time. The time's going to pass, so you might as well build your list. You got to build a list anyways. You might as well be doing it on the interwebs because that's where you're hanging out all the time. I feel like I'm yelling at you, but I'm really excited and I just want to pound this into your head like that, like boom. That's what I want to do. Email is way more intimate. Like people will respond to your emails when you start writing and connecting with them on a deeper level. They'll reply to you and they'll actually tell you what's going on. It's offline. It's just a different world, right? They will respond to you. They'll tell you what they want to learn more about so you can give them more of that value. So here's the other thing you can do, right? You guys ready? You ready for this one? How many of you get annoyed when you have to opt in to just get information, whether it's an ebook or a free training or a webinar? You have to opt in, right? You got to put your name and your email address. And that is called marketing. Okay, that's called marketing. That's called building your list. That's called finding people who are interested in what you're talking about. And that's how you create more leverage. But here's the deal. It's a double benefit to you to opt into funnels, okay? Because not only do you get the ebook or the training or the webinar or whatever the thing is, you also get to go through their funnel. Why is this a big deal? Because a funnel actually gives pain points and struggles and challenges. You can see how they've structured out their funnel. I'll literally opt into people's funnels just to go through the funnel. Like, I don't even necessarily need the thing, but I just want to go through their funnel. I'm like, okay, so they're sending me to this page. They're sending me to to whatever. They're giving me a free ebook. Then they shot me an email and this is how they structured that. And then they're actually sending me to a webinar. Then on the webinar, okay, they're actually selling me this product. So I can actually see their flow. I can see their process. I can see how they're actually creating what we call a marketing campaign, okay? If you want to learn marketing, you need to study people who actually use the systems and the tools and the strategies that work. It's so crucial. So the next time you get annoyed with, opting into the funnel or, getting on someone's email list, think twice, because it's actually a benefit to you to go through those things and start studying them. I highly suggest not only you start doing that, but you start creating them for yourself. You know, I use an amazing attraction marketing system to create funnels and to create my ebooks and to create all my stuff, to create my blog. I have it all under one roof. It's so easy to use. You don't have to be crazy technical with it, but you do want to have some of this stuff in place. Actually going to be talking heavily about this in my new Facebook community, Turn Purpose to Profit. If you're not in that community yet, turnpurposetoprofit.com, you can actually head into that community, and I'm going to be talking about this stuff. This is the stuff that fires me up, okay? I know a lot of people love prospecting and recruiting and all that kind of stuff. I love passive marketing. It's what I love to do. It's what I love teaching people, and I believe, yes, you need to prospect and you need to recruit and all that stuff is great, but there's a whole nother side of that coin that you need to learn that I want to teach you. So that's where I'll be sharing a lot of that stuff. And so you need to start building your own list. If your list is your lifeline and you're building a business online, your list needs to be online. It's really easy to do. I highly suggest just using a autoresponder. You're going to need an autoresponder if you're going to start email marketing. And the one I use is $20 a month. Okay, there's actually a 30-day free trial for it if you wanted to check that out. meetjenjohnson.com/aweber. That's the one that I use. There is other ones you can use, totally up to you. That's just the one that I love and I endorse. You're going to need that because you're actually using that software to be able to get subscriptions, to be able to get people to, subscribe to your list, and that way you can start emailing to the masses, right? So then you need to start figuring out, okay, how am I going to communicate with this list? How am I going to communicate with them? Am I going to do it daily? Am I going to do it a few times a week? What can you commit to? Because consistency is key with anything that you do. So you need to start setting a commitment on how often you're going to write to your list, and just start writing. Like, even if you don't have anybody on your list yet, you need to get good at writing. And what's funny is people will think, well, I don't have anybody on my list yet, so I can't write. Yeah, you can. And I highly suggest that you do, because what happens is people wait till they get 20, 30, 50 people on their list, and then they're like, oh, I'm scared, I don't know what to say. But if you would have been writing before they showed up, you would feel so much more confident about writing to people who are actually there, right? So start writing. Don't wait. Don't wait until you have a bunch of people on your list. You got to get good at it, right? And remember, we're not always that great at things when we first start. Think of your favorite brand stores too. Think of Kohl's or Michael's, or, they're all using this strategy. They're all keeping you in the loop. How many of you got some coupons in your inbox over the holidays? How many of you have network marketing companies who had special holiday promos going on that you could have emailed out to your list? You missed out. If you build a list, it's going to pay you so much more in the long run. Hope this helps you out. I just wanted to give you some of these little tidbits because it's what came to my mind as I was cleaning out my inbox. So I will talk to you later.